This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No.
This
Just
is
stop.
a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. Happy Thursday, everybody.
Yes.
Hey.
Before the show, Jeff, I got to tell you, I'm organizing my Google Photos, and you can identify it by face. And I was trying to get Sam, and it kept trying to link Jordan, your wife.
Really?
Yeah. Isn't that interesting? So Google thinks you and your wife and Sam look alike.
That's a scary
Interesting.
thought.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
funny.
Little fun fact.
Huh.
All right. I don't want that jumping around in my head.
Get it out. Get it out.
Yeah, get out of there. All right, we're going to start by talking about some Hollywood couples first. Is there trouble brewing in JLo and Ben Affleck's marriage?
Yes, there is.
All right, well, the
I guess
very
we don't need to do
reliable
the story.
tabloid In Touch Weekly says the couple is heading for a divorce after less than 2 years of marriage. They even say Ben has already moved out. The couple looked happy at Jen's movie premiere in February. That's a weird word.
Yes.
And were spotted out to lunch in March. But since then, the tabloid said they've been spending a lot of time apart, like when Jen appeared solo at the Met Gala earlier this month. I just think Ben does not like all that attention. Maybe that's part of it. Ben was without Jen at the Tom Brady roast where he went off on internet trolls. He seemed a little angry. And Jen's career also appears to be hitting some rough patches. Her movie and documentary, that's a weird word, got lukewarm reviews, and she had to cancel 7 dates of her tour. And there were reports that JLo was seen house hunting alone. And I just want to say, my wife, when I was working, she was out house hunting as well, and she found our beautiful home. So I don't know if all this equates to them getting divorced, how much weight we're putting into it, but you think it's over for Bennifer?
I would agree with you on the house hunting part, because there's been several instances where I've been the one to be there because my husband was traveling or something.
Right.
And also, at the end of the day, it's my decision. As
She's right.
We can play around
No
with the
lies
narrative.
there, no lies there, yeah.
Let's keep it all the way 100.
You're totally right.
So that's a good argument
Yeah.
for they're not separated. Yeah.
Very true. Erica, what do you think, though?
Ah, man, I kind of feel bad for them in a way, because I think that they really were super excited about the idea of reconnecting, and like they've already gone through all of these things and now they can be in their happy phase. But it was a lot, like all at the same time, all at once. And I don't know if it was shortly after the A-Rod thing.
Exactly.
And maybe that flame fan.
Yeah, remember, the press really got them the first time, and which is a big reason why they split up. Then there was the whole thing with Ben is sad. Remember Ben and sad face? And you usually see them together. JLo likes to do couple things. Remember A-Rod on that Vogue cover?
Yes.
Everything was sort of cringy. You've seen them apart a lot recently, which has me thinking. Now here is JLo at the Met Gala. This went super viral. She just seems somewhat down. Someone was asking for her what she was wearing. Let's take a look.
What are you wearing tonight?
So, I mean, I don't know why that went so viral, but it was just, she's not interested in kibitzing, which is very JLo to
I'm
her
sure
to
the
go up.
designer would have been interested.
Yeah,
in
I
it.
think so too. So a little sadness. I could see them not working out.
Yeah.
Is that bad to say?
No, not at all.
I think that's what everyone's speculating, but
Yeah.
we don't know if it's
We
necessarily
don't know.
And let's not shame anybody, not that anybody up here was, as somebody that's been divorced. The beautiful thing about relationships is when you do find somebody, how special that is, because every relationship you have in your life that doesn't end in divorce or death is a breakup.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that that's a bad thing. They gave it a second chance, and maybe this was the real chance because they were like, let's see what we have here after the tabloids and we were young. Let's see, now that we're adults, if there's anything here. Maybe there's not, but we can say we gave it a shot.
Okay, you can say you tried, but I think a lot of people can't understand or kind of relate to JLo and Ben Affleck, but you can relate to the idea of you meet someone, y'all are super into each other for whatever reason. It may not be 100% on the up and up, but now you have all of this pressure from the people who know you as a couple in order to try to make this work. And a lot of people stay far too long. And I say that from experience. When you have the pressure of the outside world or the scrutiny of the outside world saying you'll never make it, it gives you another added incentive to try to. But people need to understand when you do that, you're only messing up yourself. Okay? it's only on you. So if they are not happy, I hope that they decide to just call it and let the chips fall where they may.
Agreed.
It could be that Ben's just tired of the publicity and things because he always gets pooped on when he's out in public.
That's
so maybe
a hard, funny word, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a weird word.
It's a weird word.
But maybe that's it. We don't know what's actually happened. So let's go to another former reality show or couple that is teaming up for a new show on HGTV. Christina Hall and Tariq El Moussa were on the hit show Flip or Flop for 10 seasons during their marriage and after they were divorced. But now the former couple is starring in a new home flipping show with their new spouses. Let's watch.
I'm back with a vengeance. I'm back with a vengeance.
I will do whatever it takes to win.
Bring it on.
I'm back with a vengeance.
Are they also all vampires?
Yeah, what was with the hero shot? They're flipping a house and they're like
It's like Deadwood over there.
right into the camera.
Justice happens different out here. Just to make it even cringier, what was that? You're not saving lives. You're flipping a bathtub.
Well, they're trying to create a narrative,
All right.
competition
Well,
narrative.
check out this narrative out. This is Christina and Heather. Again, they never got along. These are the spouses of each other. Check out this Instagram video they made. It's even cringier.
Hi, I'm Christina.
I'm Heather.
Wait, no. That's not right.
Must feel that bleach.
Well, I guess it is confusing.
Wow. That's like when I look at some of my bad auditions, I'm like, oh my God.
I mean, who thought that was let's make the girls dumb, women dumb, let's make blonde stereotype, and let's let him be in charge of these two women in the back.
I don't even see that.
I think
what
that was
I
weird.
see is, first of all, this is actually, you know what? Bravo to the four of them, because you get your bag, get your bag, get your bag, okay? And that's what they're doing. They have this narrative. It's already organic. It's very much built in. It's super cringe, and at least he's leaning into the fact that he married the same woman twice, okay? He did.
He is getting his bag.
The other girl, I can't remember her name because
Heather,
because quite frankly, Heather is like kind of always a B character and an A-frame.
No one likes her, yeah.
It's not that she's not likable. I think she is very likable, but she's not memorable.
She's
so I
boring,
think, and she's also been kind of the Christina 2.0. So looking at this, I'm saying congratulations to four people who figured out how to provide for their collective family, because if this is the way they're doing it, I congratulate them.
That's why you don't want it with Erica, because a compliment, like, she can still make a cutting, like, you're likable, Jeff, you're just not memorable. I would take that to my grave. Like, I would be like, okay, thank you, and then cry in my car in the parking garage for an hour.
You're in the shower eating soap. I'm not memorable.
Oh, no.
She is not memorable. And she got outshone by Christine Quinn on the first season of Selling Sunset. Now another Christina.
I'm sorry. Y'all might not like me, but I'm never going to lie to you, okay?
It's true.
I'm not.
Erica's gonna get her bag.
Get your bag, get your
And
bag.
I'm always going to get my bag. Rest assured.
All right, coming up on DVM, we're talking about trigger warnings. Have they gone too far in the entertainment world? And does it matter that Chris Hemsworth broke dress code at the Cannes Film Festival? Canceled.
Cancelled.
Welcome back to DBL. We've all seen trigger warnings on TV shows and movies. There should be one on this show. Maybe we should put one on there. They're meant to give people a warning about sensitive or violent content that may cause some viewers distress, but now Dame Judi Dench, it's a weird word, is weighing in on the practice. It's going to happen more, so
All the
stay
time.
tuned. During an interview with Radio Times Magazine, she was asked about using trigger warnings in live theater production. She said she understood why they exist, but added, if you're that sensitive, don't go to the theater because you could be very shocked. Let me put some context to this, too. She's saying she doesn't want it to ruin the surprise if there may be one in the show. So that's why she's saying this. Not that there shouldn't be trigger warnings, but it's like, hey, heads up, Bruce Willis is dead in The Sixth Sense. Now,
That was my first thought in my head, too.
Really?
Spoiler.
Yes,
Spoiler. Well, yeah, well, it's 20 years old.
It was like 30.
But I don't even pay attention to the trigger warnings, really.
Well, the trigger warnings very seldom are revealing the plot. They're just telling you that there's elements that are in this production. You don't know at what scale the elements are at. Remember, it just reminded me of remember season 2. Tommy, was that the name of
Yeah, you were to play.
I went to this musical and I did get there a little late, so maybe they did tell us that there was a trigger warning, literally. But a prop gun was shot in the middle of this show. And it scared the bejesus out of me because I had just come from here. I think we were on like our 5th mass shooting, and I was holding a glass of red wine, and I jumped so high the red wine went up and just spilled all over me.
Whoa.
And I spent like the next 10 minutes like kind of like in a panic attack because I couldn't move, and also I didn't know what was happening. So I think trigger warnings are important.
Do you think if there was a trigger warning, you still would have reacted like that, not knowing that the trigger warning was a gunshot? What if they just said
I would have
trigger?
anticipated there being a gunshot that was a part of the show and not someone who went rogue and decided to shoot up a theater.
However, let me ask you this. Some people, and I agree with you, I think that's helpful to know, but some people say if there's a trigger warning, like sexual assault, it will be in this episode, for instance, that they spend the whole time anxious waiting for the trigger to come out, and it's actually much, much worse. Research shows that trigger warnings have very little effect on how some people actually process the content, and it says that they will feel distressed even if there is a trigger warning. So I guess what I think it is, it's all liability. It's all just like in case you have epilepsy and there's a flash of light, a strobe light, like you're consenting to going into that building. To me, that's all it is. But I'm also not a person that was gone through, to me, the trigger that's like suicide, when they say that, I think that could be helpful to someone who's like, I'm not ready to read this or watch this. Don't you agree?
I do.
Or unaliving, I don't know how to use the correct way.
Yeah, I think the second way you said it. But I mean, I was trying to make things personal. And usually trigger warnings, the thing that triggered me when I was watching TV one time, I don't think would ever count for a trigger warning. This was during the pandemic, so, you know, flying was not really an option. So I wasn't seeing my kids as much as I used to unless I was driving to LA, and it took 2 days, so I'd have to take a break. So anyway, I was really missing my kids, but I just didn't realize how much. And Jeff, you and I were watching Fargo. The season with Chris Rock on it when the mafia dons were exchanging their sons, and that like really got to me. And I was like, you know, I just turned it off, but didn't even realize why. And I was like, oh, I need to finish that episode. And I was like, oh, that really bothers me. And I didn't put that together until months later. But I think sometimes the things that trigger you might not even be something that the show is intending to trigger you.
And that's art, isn't it?
That's art. And it's meant to evoke feelings. That's right. And it did. So, I mean, hats off.
Yeah. All right. We will be right back. Welcome back to DBL. Tori, you want to share something?
I sure don't.
Okay. Stars came out for the premiere of The Furiosa, a Mad Max saga in Cannes last night. Anya Taylor-Joy turned heads in this strapless gown with her hair in a twisty updo.
I love it.
So cute.
Her co-star Chris Hemsworth arrived with his wife Elsa and wore this white jacket and shirt, but apparently he broke dress code by not wearing a black tie to a black tie event.
Yeah.
no.
Wait, put on a tie. You're in a can.
Yes.
This is too casual for me.
Look, that is his signature look, but I
Right.
do, you know what I always say, I like events where there is a dress code because I do like things that are kind of tap back into old tradition. So usually it's a home run, but he should have wore a tie on this one.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah.
Watching some heat. Maybe. All right. Naomi Campbell was looking fierce in this black vintage Chanel gown.
Look at the sequins back in. Yeah.
She was stylized by Zendaya's stylist.
Yes,
La Roche.
Looks good.
Okay, yes.
And sequins are back. I'm seeing this all over the red carpet with
I'm
Lily
digging it.
Gladstone and now Naomi Campbell.
You agree, Fashion Jackson?
I'm with this look, and that's why, for as much as I'm going back to Chris Hemsworth, I think that he could have really taken a risk. He's got the physique to wear anything with a black tie and really push the envelope because you see what she had on. This is the
You
event.
get a new watch ad right there.
That's definitely. But I mean, obviously, he can wear anything, and I think a black tie, he could have really torn that up and really taken some risks.
Tie. That's why they call it black tie.
But you can still take a risk, clearly.
No, wear a black tie.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right, we're moving on.
Maitre d' at a mean restaurant.
Meetings adjourned.
Yes.
Speaking of movies, the new preview for Wicked starring Ariana Grande with Cynthia Erivo is out.
I can't
It looks
wait.
great. Let's take a look.
The wonderful Wizard of Oz summons you to the Emerald City.
Come with me.
What?
To meet the wizard.
I couldn't possibly. This is your moment. I'm coming.
The great and terrible.
I'm actually looking forward to
You
this
don't
because
understand.
Cynthia Erivo is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
She's the best out there right now. The play is fantastic.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
You've seen the play.
I love it. It's one of my favorite plays.
I didn't know you've seen it.
Yeah, I love it. But that's my only concern is that I'm such a fan of the play
The music,
that will
right.
it translate to screen?
I'm hoping because they have a lot of Ethan Slater, Ariana Grande's new beau is in it, and they have a lot of Broadway people. You need Broadway people.
Which
to do
Ariana
it.
Grande did.
Correct. And Cynthia Erivo's been on Broadway. So
Yeah.
these people have to think like we're watching it on stage. There's something special about this musical between their relationship. And I agree with you. Don't be too cinema. Let it be more like theater. I hope it's like that because it really gives me goosebumps every time I've seen it.
It seems like it's going to be immersive
I
in a
hope
way.
so.
The way that it's shot and how
Yeah.
it's so three-dimensional.
Totally.
Yeah, straight from the set of Poor Things. Doesn't
really-
it look like the exact same
It kind of
setup?
gave it a Harry Potter vibe.
You know, Poor Things stole from a lot of other things too, like this kind of
This
fantasy
doesn't look like
world.
Poor Things?
Well, no, but I think Poor Things stole from this abstract. So does Hunger Games. This looks a lot like Hunger Games. All that kind of abstract city, that kind of look. That looks like Harry Potter too. I don't think it's stolen.
I'm just glad that you're excited about it and I tried to steal some of your thunder. I'm just a
you
mean
really
person.
did.
Really.
You're gonna want to see it. Have
was
you ever
because
seen
it was
No.
eliciting joy.
Oh,
You know,
I
Al
see.
doesn't like that.
Stamp that out when I see it.
Got it.
Not a fan of the theater, huh?
Theater.
No, everybody speaks so highly of Wicked. I should go see it.
It's really when you're
Yes.
there live and
Oh
just
my
those
gosh.
people
Breathtaking.
belting out that performance. It really is. It's moving.
It
That's coming
really
from
is.
me.
And I also cry at a lot of plays. When people start singing live, I do cry. I don't know why.
I do
It
too.
comes out.
I do too.
Yeah.
At my son's graduation yesterday, I cried a little bit. All right, we'll be right back. Welcome back. We've got some great products from our friends at Morning Save. Check them out.
Steph, what do you have for us today?
Hey Tori, hi DBL Nation. We are so excited to show you everything we've got today. Trust me, you are going to go shopping with us. Everything's wonderful, so let's check it out.
All right.
So this is so handy. We have got the Smart Tech lithium-powered jump starter and power bank. So this doorbuster deal includes one jump starter, one USB mini cable, and one heavy-duty jump starter cable. Jump starters have been true bestsellers on Morning Save, and you do not want to miss out on your chance to order this before those summer road trips. And the doorbuster deals are always wildly popular, so we've got a limit on these, you guys, 3 per customer. So normally this is $60.
Okay.
However, we have got it for $25.
Done.
That's saving 58%. Next up, we have got the JVC Gummy Plus wireless speaker. So this deal includes one speaker, and it may be mini, but this has got some amazing sound. So normally this is $30. However, we've got it for $15. That's saving 50%. And next up, this is right up my alley, is the Cuisinart Grind and Brew single serve coffee maker.
Nice.
The deal includes one coffee maker. We've got it available in black or grey. Normally this is $220.
Okay.
We've got it for $79.99. That's saving 64%. And then also, I'm a big on this Olympia 3-piece expandable hard side luggage set.
That is very, very cute.
This deal includes one 21-inch carry-on, one 25-inch mid-size luggage, and one 29-inch large luggage.
Nice.
Normally this is $700 usually for the 3-piece set.
Okay.
We have got it all for $149.99, saving 79%.
Head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices, or you can scan that QR code right on screen. It will take you directly to all these products on Morning Save's website. Steph, thank you so much.
You know what I was thinking when I was watching that, like the jump starter, you know, just how it just plugs into almost like your phone battery pack. Like, could you imagine like if your dad was alive or my grandparents and you just showed them that today to be like, what kind of voodoo is this? You know?
I think about that all the time. I was at a gym and they had like clearly one of those fancy workout classes that just got out of there. And if I'd show my dad like this is what working out, it was like 17 up down burpees, go with 3 alpines, and it's like, remember when it was just jogging and jumping jacks, and just like how much things have changed. So that'd be great to see that.
Man.
I Skyped with my 103-year-old grandmother-in-law, and she was like, I can see you and like imagine seeing that. She never had TV.
I think
back
about
then.
that sometimes. So weird. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow.